Idea that we've spent $650 million in fiscal year 24 on the migrant crisis that Kamala Harris was responsible for stopping, and by all accounts, she created by having an open door policy at our southern border
But
is
Laura, let
infuriating
me just
the
stop you right
citizens
there.
of this
Let me
country.
just stop you right there because I just want to not let this get out there. You are right that FEMA is giving $750, but that is a first step. It's for immediate needs. It's called the
Well,
serious
Alejandro Mayorkas came out,
needs
Dana, and
assistance.
said that they are out of money in terms of
What
their hurricane.
Oh boy, it's getting real, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And I hope everybody is blessed, well, healthy, and that nothing but the best is going on in all you beautiful people's life, man. Especially in this corrupt scam of a matrix that we live in, man. In these dark, disgraceful times, man. One love to the human race, man. Oh boy.
last night, and I'm sure that it was not easy, that it was emotional for you and your family. But as I mentioned, a lot has changed politically since that happened 3 months ago. Can you give me a sense of the state of things on the ground in Pennsylvania where you just were?
Yeah, well, let me just briefly say, Dana, that it really was a beautiful moment yesterday in Butler. And I think it was really important in terms of healing for this country. I don't think any of us will forget, whether you love Donald Trump or not, where you were when you found out what had happened to him on July 13th. And that's a traumatic thing to happen to a country. And I can tell you, when we got off the plane yesterday, I was a little bit emotional. And I got to sit right next to Helen Comparator, Corey Comparator's widow, and his two daughters. And it was a really beautiful tribute. And I think it was important for Donald Trump to go back and create new memories for the people of Butler, Pennsylvania. And that's exactly what you saw yesterday. But listen, you're right. The polling would indicate that things are neck and neck. I can tell you there were over 100,000 people at that rally there last night. I have never seen a crowd like that. You couldn't even see standing on the stage how far back the audience went. And I think that shows you that there is continued enthusiasm and growing enthusiasm for Donald Trump. And I think as every day goes by, we are 30 days away from this election. People are really considering what kind of America they want to live in. Do you want to get back to a time where you have great economic policies, where you have more money in your pocket, a secure southern border, and peace agreements instead of wars breaking out around the world? They remember, I think, Dana, who brought them that? It was Donald J. Trump. And that's why I believe on November 5th, he's going to be victorious in this race.
Laura, I want to ask you about something that the former president said last night on that stage, specifically about Hurricane Helene in your home state of North Carolina. He said that FEMA is only offering $750 to Americans who have had their homes destroyed. That's not true. He's also echoing conspiracy theorists online who falsely claim that the administration is redirecting disaster money for undocumented immigrants. That's also not true.
So they think we're stupid. After they come out and admit it. And we know where the funds are going to. We want our tax dollars back, Dana. And I honestly believe we should all just start a big strike. We just strike when it comes to taxes. That we just strike the IRS. I mean, just complete going on a full-blown strike. We want our tax dollars back.
Why is he spreading misinformation in a crisis like that? And does that concern you about your fellow North Carolinians and how and whether they could actually get help?
I'm incredibly concerned in North Carolina. I hear every day from people on the ground there, and they are desperate for help. It is a dire situation there. I actually think we don't even know the extent yet of truly how bad it is there. And look, Kamala Harris did come out and say it's $750 per family right now. The idea that we've spent $650 million in fiscal year 24 on the migrant crisis that Kamala Harris was responsible for stopping, and by all accounts, she created by having an open door policy at our southern border,
but
is
Laura,
infuriating.
Laura, let me just stop you right there.
Look, you see how she tried to, it's terrible, man. You see how she tried to, they tried to spin it and turn it back around and make Trump look like the bad guy when they come out and admit it to the public. But as you see, like I told y'all, they're trying to help this lady, man, any way possible. They're gonna try to spin and take and just and flip the script any way possible. Because they know she's losing. They know she's tanking in the polls. She could literally come out and say it, and Trump can repeat it, and he's the bad one. Oh, he's lying. Even though he repeated what she said. And he came out and said it. Mayorkas came out and said it.
There,
of this country.
Let me just stop you right there because I just want to not let this get out.
The corrupt scam matrix, man, and they think we the people are just stupid. We want our tax dollars back, man. Because we the people come last. No matter which way you look at it, we the people come last. Millions are struggling and dying right now as I'm recording this video. Lives have been devastated. Are praying for help. And tons won't get it because guess what? We come last.
There, you are right that FEMA is giving $750, but that is a first step. It's for immediate needs. It's called the serious needs assistance.
Dana, and said that they are out of money in terms of their hurricane relief. We have another hurricane heading towards Florida right now.
What they have said is that there is money
right now. Why don't they have anything in order? Why is it that right now the citizens in Western North Carolina are screaming for help, and it's having to come from local citizens? People from my hometown of Wilmington are driving across the state 6 hours to go to the mountains and help people.
It is bad.
Where is our federal government? Why are they out of money?
It is bad there. But my question is about the misinformation, particularly the notion that they are moving money to migrants, undocumented migrants, which FEMA says flatly is not true. And if people are not,
it's everywhere, Dana. Everywhere. It's on the website. It's everywhere. Y'all have came out live on air, and said it out loud multiple times. Just go type in FEMA illegals on the internet. It pops up everywhere. I don't even have to show it in this video because everybody knows that everybody's seen it. You go to Facebook, you go to your Twitter page, you go to Instagram, it's everywhere. And people are debunking this everywhere you turn. Everybody's debunking it. Democrats, Republicans, conservatives, liberals, everybody. They think we the people are stupid. No matter how much you hate Trump, it's out there.
not getting correct information, then they can't go for assistance as they have been asked for. I just want to quickly play what Senator Tom Tillis.
Let me just say for 1 second.
Go ahead.
You have migrants being housed in luxury hotels in New York City. We have paid so much money from our tax dollars into the crisis that didn't need to happen. We could redirect money to help people immediately on the ground in North Carolina,
Laura,
or in Florida, where we're probably going to have a situation.
And they're everywhere, in apartments, I mean, everywhere. You know, new just built places, I mean, everywhere. You know, food stamps, healthcare, everything. But when it comes to we the people, when it comes to when we need when it's an emergency, when it comes to we the people, we come last. We have to die. We have to struggle. There's no helping hand for we the people. And what they do, they try to hide it and cover it up. Oh, that's not happening. Oh, that's not going on. Oh, they're losing their mind. Conspiracy theory. Conspiracy.
Coming up in the next several days.
That's a separate tranche of money. That's a separate tranche of money. I want you to listen to. I want you to.
This migrant crisis
I want you to listen to what
every American. It is a big problem,
but that has nothing to do with the people in your home state right now. I want you to listen to what the Republican senator from North Carolina, Tom Tillis, said about the rescue and recovery efforts.
I'm actually impressed with how much attention was paid to a region that wasn't likely to have experienced the impact that they did. For anybody who thinks that any level of government, anybody here, could have been prepared precisely for what we're dealing with here, clearly are clueless. But right now, I'm out here to say that we're doing a good job.
So he and others are saying, please, to the former president and to others, stop spreading misinformation because it's hurting people in North Carolina.
I'm so glad to hear that he feels that way, but it's coming directly from people there. You can go online and you can look at videos of people recording themselves and posting online saying, we need help. No one has come here. We have nothing. And no one has even addressed the situation in my neighborhood or my area. So I'm glad to hear that he feels very good about that. And I hope that we hear more of that. I want them to recover there as soon as possible. And it's tragic, the loss of life that we've already seen. I think that number, sadly, is going to continue to go higher. And it's a tragedy all around.
I want to turn to something that we learned this week about from prosecutors on Donald Trump's role in trying to overturn the election results in 2020. When Mike Pence's life was in jeopardy, an aide told prosecutors that Trump said, quote, "So what?" Do you think that's an appropriate response to the notion that his vice president's life appeared to be in danger?
Well, I think that this is a ridiculous ploy, of course, in 30 days to an election to try and dissuade people from voting for Donald Trump. You know, the January 6th situation.
Thank you. Shut her down. We are sick of hearing it. And when you look at the polls of do voters care about January 6th, they don't. It's just another old talking point. People have moved on. And we know, like we say, Nancy, hands behind your back. But voters don't care right now. They care about policy. They feel these last 3.5, 4 years with incompetent leaders, with puppets. You know? Again, and like I told y'all, they know that Kamala, the campaign's over. They know that they're going to have to talk on this old talking point, January 6th. Crybaby Jack Smith. They're all going to have to try everything because they know Trump is winning. So now you're going to hear more January 6th. You're going to continue J6. You're going to continue to hear it. And I tell you, the real ones, they know. We all know about January 6th. We want to really, really talk about it. Peacefully and patriotically. Let me not start, man. Y'all know I get it. You know, when I start. And this video might be an hour long if we really break it down.
And has been amplified to a level that I don't think is almost believable to so many people right now, when they're struggling to put food on the table for their families, when they're struggling to fill up their gas tanks, when you have dog and cat euthanization rates at an all-time high right now, because people are going to have to turn over their animals because they can't afford to have a family pet right now. When you have wars breaking out around the world, this is not the top concern for the people of this country. And the fact that this is coming to the forefront just speaks volumes about the fact that the Democrats probably don't feel good about their candidate of Kamala Harris. This is not the main concern of the American people. They want their affordable life back. They want jobs back. They want their country back, and they want their safety and security back. And they know who brought it to them. It's Donald J. Trump.
Let me talk about where we are right now, because we are 30 days away from an election. So let's look ahead to how Donald Trump will respond to the results of this election. Polls, of course, show that it is very, very close. It could go either way. Is there any circumstance in which Donald Trump would accept a defeat and concede?
Well, of course, if he feels that this is a free, fair, and transparent election, which, by the way, is my number one goal at the RNC. You mentioned at the top, I am the co-chair of the Republican National Committee, and our number one charge has been trying to make sure that we restore faith in our electoral process. There were a lot of people after 2020 all across this country who felt like maybe they couldn't trust that system. We want to restore the faith in that because it is really foundational, Dana, to who we are as a country, as American citizens.
Yeah, Dana.
Every vote matters and every vote counts. And we have extended this offer to our friends across the aisle at the DNC. Please, at the DNC, please come join us in this pursuit of election integrity. And so we want every person to feel when they go vote in America, whether they're voting Republican, Democrat, or third party candidate, their vote matters and their vote counts. And assuming everything is free, fair, and transparent, absolutely. If Donald Trump loses this election, he has said himself he will be happy to accept those results.
Part of the reason why people are so unsure about what happened in 2020 is because Donald Trump claimed that it wasn't a free and fair election. And there's no evidence to prove that. There were...
Oh, come on, man. We all know. Everybody know, unless you was under a big old rock. We know, man. We know, Dana. We don't got to keep going through this, man. I don't understand why they keep going through this. I really don't. Everybody know. And now people that don't want to admit that didn't want to admit it, they know. And they had to admit it. Like, yeah.
60 lawsuits where lawyers like the ones that you're hiring went through the process, which he had every right to do, and there was no evidence of widespread fraud. His Attorney General, Bill Barr, said that again. So it sounds like you're setting up the same question of free and fair when that is what we saw. So again, do you see a scenario where he will take a different approach this election year?
Well, we are setting things up differently from the RNC standpoint. And we, instead of having to respond days, weeks, or months later to any issue that we might have, are going to have people in the room every time a vote is cast and counted so that we can ensure if there is any question about anything, we're addressing it right then in that moment. And we're not waiting later. Those lawsuits you referenced, by the way, the vast majority of them were not dismissed based on merit. They were dismissed on clerical errors. And if you go back and look at that election, let's just be honest. Everybody watching this understands that was a very different, very unique election. Laws were changed state by state illegally. It's the state legislature that decides the voting laws in each state. That didn't happen, and it was because of COVID-19. You had poll watchers who had to stand across a room and couldn't even see anything going on. You had massive information coming out that people just said, I don't understand what's going on here, and we never got answers to that. We're trying to rectify that right now.
Yeah, ain't no more COVID this year. Ain't no more body wearing masks now. And you. Yeah, we ain't no more of that right now. I had to blank out my own words. I didn't, because they'll take my video down. Yeah.
And we are hoping that 2024 is the year and going forward that people trust our electoral process once again. Again, it is our number one focus.
I want to say that there were more than 60 cases. They weren't clerical issues. And the thing that people need to understand is that
oh man, Dana, just shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. Just unbelievable, man. Just lies and lies and lies and lies and lies. But they'd be the main one talking about misinformation. And this is why people are leaving the Democratic Party. This is why people are packing up their bags, as you can see right now. Lifelong Democrats. They're packing their bags up. No matter, it doesn't matter what time of the day it is, at night, in the morning, in the afternoon. They're done. Because we know, man. We know. Everybody knows. Well, like I said, y'all are not going to hear the last of this J6. We're going to continue to hear J6 because they know Trump's winning. And now they're going to try their hardest to sway voters and they're going to bring Barack Obama and maybe Big Mike on the campaign these next 2 weeks. You know, Hillary going to come out there with that big old bottle of hot sauce. All right, man. But y'all hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. We're keeping it real, man. We are in crunch time, so you guys are going to see a lot of videos roll out. And we're going to continue to keep it real. No sugarcoating it, man. And we encourage everybody to go out and vote. Yes, indeed. I love y'all, and I will catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace and love, family.